Hello and welcome to the Ellen Made Book Club. Today I want to talk about my reading goals for 2026. I have my little notebook here with some goals that I wrote down the other day. I haven't thought about this too deeply, but I do have some intentions to set for the coming year and some goals that I want to achieve. And I just think it's fun to talk about. I feel like a new year is, a blank canvas and anything can happen, and I just want to fill it with good things and good intentions and good vibes. So let's do that. I know a lot of people set goals for a number of books they want to read and their Goodreads goal, and that's something that people sort of strive to accomplish. And I set those numbers too, but I don't really pay any attention to them throughout the year. I have set it to 52 in 2025, and I'm gonna set it to 52 in 2026 as well. I think that's a pretty reasonable amount of books for me, like a book a week on average. And I also think that number of books doesn't really tell me a lot. I can read a graphic novel that's this thick, and that's gonna count for one book, or I can read War and Peace or something, and that's also just one book. And so I just think those numbers are not telling me a lot. Maybe page numbers would be a better goal to set, but I don't really care how much I read. I want to enjoy myself. That's my main goal. So the reason I set a goal at all is just to have a little bar growing throughout the year and just show me that I am reading books, that I am picking books up. It's just a sense of validation and seeing that I am sort of on track, because I don't want to have to count and keep track of that myself. This little graph on Goodreads just tells you you're one book behind or 2 books ahead, or you're on track, and that's all I need to know, and I don't really care about the number itself. But that's one of the goals that I have that is measurable. And the other one that I have is to complete the reading challenges that I participate in. Those are going to be mainly the same ones as in 2025. I'm mainly going to focus on the diversity book bingo that I am hosting myself, because that seems like a sensible thing to focus on. It's also a little bit bigger this year. Or I do have different options. You can do 6 or 12 or 25 or 36 books in the year, but I'm choosing to do the 36 books challenge, and so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I'm feeling good about it so far. And I also want to make more videos about that challenge, and reading vlogs and more updates throughout the year about the books that I'm reading for that challenge. So I think that's gonna take up a little bit more of my time and attention. I'm also going to participate in the Buzzword title and cover challenges by Kayla at Books and Lala. I think those are really fun, and some of the prompts happened to align with or overlap with some of my prompts on the diversity book bingo, so I think I can use the same books for a lot of the prompts on there, which is always good. And I like having a little graphic to put book covers on as I read books. It's just a fun thing to do, so I'm gonna do that. And the same thing goes for the Read Good challenge by Ben at Ben Reads Good. I participated in that for the first time in 2025 as well, and I thought it was a good time. There were a couple of prompts that I struggled with, but I still think it's a fun idea, and I'm gonna do it again next year. And the same thing goes for the Savidge Prompts Reading Challenge by Simon at Savidge Reads and Louise at Louise Savidge Muses. I always mess up that channel name for some reason. If the prompts are fun like they were in 2025, I expect I will not be able to resist participating in that. And then I'm also doing the Classic Six challenge by Suey at Suey's Book Banter. I participated in this in 2025, but I only managed to read 1 classic, and I'm not sure I'm gonna be able to read 6 classics in 2026, which is what the challenge is about, but I still have that as a goal, and anything above a 1 I'm gonna see as a win, and I'm gonna be a bit smarter about picking books that I am genuinely a bit more excited about than the books that I had picked last year. I don't know if there is going to be a climathon for next year, but I have decided to not do that one. And I'm also not going to do any 26 books to read in 2026 lists. I have another sort of priority reads list, but I'm not going to commit to trying to read 26 specific books next year. That's too much for me, so I'm just not going to do it. I do have a little list of a couple of authors and books that I would like to read next year, and those are James by Percival Everett. I have a copy of it on my shelves, and it's about time I read it. I would also like to read Frankenstein by Mary Shelley. That's one of the classics that I hope to read for the Classic Six challenge, and yeah, just a book that I want to have read, and I also think that I will enjoy it, so that's a book that I want to read. And the same thing goes for Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier. I would like to read more books by her, but Rebecca is the one that I have had on my want to read list for the longest, and I just feel like I want to read it. And then I would also like to read books from Kingfisher, Akwaeke Emezi, Jennifer Saint, and S.A. Cosby, which is a mix of different authors, but like that's the way I like it. So yeah, those are some priority names that I would like to try reading from next year. And then I have a list of intentions that I don't really think are measurable, but that I still want to, you know, keep as a little reminder for myself throughout the year to look on and just, yeah, remind myself of what I want my year to look like. So the first thing on this list is to read more diversely, but also to keep that fun. I feel like I have a tendency to pick really heavy topics, like books that deal with a lot of hardship when it comes to reading diversely, and I don't want it to be that way. I do think it's interesting and important to read about more serious and like heavier topics, but I don't want diversity to be only heavy, because it's not. It's also fun and like full of different experiences and full of different kinds of humor, and like there's just so much more to diversity than misery, you know, so I feel like that should be reflected in the books that I read. The next thing is that I want to mood read more. Like I mentioned, I don't want to do a list of 26 books to read in 2026. I do have some priority reads, but like that's a bigger list, and just like a you know, like a big bag of candy that I can just choose from. I don't feel any pressure to like cross things off that list. It's more just like, here's a lot of really great books that you are interested in kind of list. I want to pick TBRs still because I think that's fun, and I can get overwhelmed by choice, but I still want to like remind myself that I am actually free to choose whatever I want to read, and just because I have picked books out for a TBR, I don't have to read them in that specific month. Like it's just, you know, I get in my head about these things, and so I just want to have a reminder that it's okay for me to read whatever I want when I want to read it. Okay, another intention of mine is to read more books at once. When I discovered audiobooks, I started having like one physical book on the go and also one audiobook on the go at the same time. And that worked really well. But then, you know, audiobooks go a little bit up and down for me. And like there will be a few weeks when I prefer audiobooks a lot and like barely pick up a physical book. And then there will be weeks when I am not really in the mood to listen to things, or I don't maybe drive as much or something. So it just makes audiobooks not as appealing to me, or I need the physical, like a text in front of me to focus, and like it just fluctuates so much for me. And so I don't want to be reliant on having one physical book and one audiobook when that's not how I read at the moment, or like at any given time. And I have also felt a few times that my current read is not one that I'm itching to pick up, and so then that means that I'm not reading at all. And so I feel like I might benefit from just picking up another book then. If I don't really want to read the books that I am reading, just pick up another one, and, you know, just to keep reading, because I do want to keep reading, but like I'm not always going to be in the mood for the same book for the duration that it takes me to get through it. And I don't want to have to feel ever that I'm like pushing to get through a book. I don't want to feel like I need to finish this book now. Like that's not what I'm doing. I want to read books for enjoyment, and I want to have a good time while I'm reading the book. And so if I'm not enjoying a book, even if I am sometimes, if I'm not enjoying it at this moment and I'm not in the mood for it this moment, I can pick another book that I'm in the mood for, and then I will still be reading, and then I can pick the other one back up another day or whatever. The next one is to continue using my library, and this also goes hand in hand with the mood reading and just like being a little bit more flexible, because the library books, they come in when they come in, and then you know, I can't wait until next month necessarily to pick them up because I have chosen something else. Like, I want to keep using my library, and so I need to read the books when I get them. And I also request a lot of books for them to purchase, and so that's a great way for me to read new releases that I don't necessarily want to buy. Or maybe I will want to buy them when they come out in paperback or something, but like, if the library purchases them, I can read them sooner. So yeah, I want to keep doing that. That also goes hand in hand with my next intention, which is mindful spending. I'm not going to do any kind of book buying ban. I don't think I buy that many books. I do probably buy more books than I read, like at a higher pace. But like, that goes up and down, and I don't want to limit myself. Like, if I want to buy a book, I'm going to buy a book. I do think it's good to actually read those books and to be mindful about buying books that I am genuinely excited to read, and that I see myself reading and that I think that I'm going to enjoy. And I don't want to be like just throwing my money away on books that I don't actually want to read. So like, I do want to be mindful about it. Yeah, that's all. The next intention is no stress. I don't want to be stressing about finishing a book if I'm not enjoying it, or finishing a book by a certain time or date or whatever, or like for a specific anything. I need to be a bit more flexible with myself about those things. And like, maybe if I'm doing a reading vlog and I feel like I can't publish this reading vlog before I have finished this book, and it's just like, publish it and then you can finish the book later and do another reading vlog. You know, it gets very like structured in my head sometimes, and I want to like break out of that a little bit. So that's what that's about. And also, like, for reading challenges, I want to be a little bit more relaxed and trust that books will appear that I am interested to read for different prompts, and like not actively be searching for books that I'm not even interested in reading just to fulfill a prompt on a challenge. Like, that's not what I want to do. I don't feel like I have been stressing a lot, but there's a little bit of that left that I want to clear out of my system. My next intention is to explore my reading tastes more, and this can be in different genres, like fantasy. I'm still trying to figure out what it is that I like about that. Horror is another one, and maybe sci-fi as well. And just in general, getting a better sense of what kinds of books I actually enjoy reading, because, you know, I have those experiences where I'm just like, I cannot put a book down, and I want to go pick the book up when I do, because I'm just so engaged in the story and I really want to know what's going to happen. And I don't feel like that with all of the books that I read. And like, some books I still want to read anyways, because whatever reason, but I want to get a better sense of what it is that makes me that like excited about a book, and get better at picking those books for myself so that I can have more of those experiences, because that's the best part of reading. And then the final intention is to enjoy and have fun, and I feel like that's a thread that goes through all of these intentions. Of course, I want to enjoy myself and have fun reading, but I think it's important for me because I set goals and I have ideas in my head of how things are supposed to be or what I should be doing. And so I need a reminder that reading is supposed to be enjoyable for me. It's my time, my life, my sense of enjoyment, my well-being, all of that. And so if I'm not enjoying myself, what's the point? And like, sometimes there are books that I want to read to educate myself or to get a better understanding of something or someone or whatever. And like, that's one thing, and maybe those are not the most enjoyable books at all times, but like, the books that I am reading for fun, they need to be fun. Like, I need to be having a good time with those books and not just count them as fun even though I'm not enjoying them. You know what I mean? Like, if I read a fantasy book or like something that's supposed to be funny or something, and like, if it's not making me laugh, then it's not funny for me. And like, I need reminders of these things. I also have a couple of goals and intentions for like my Booktube part of reading, both in terms of like what I want to create and how I want to sort of experience Booktube. One intention is that I want to do more reading vlogs, and I want to do more videos around the Diversity Book Bingo, like themed videos or recommendations videos, or just updating you about what I'm reading. I also want to participate in some booktube events, but maybe not in the same way that I have been in the past year. I don't have to go so all in on the reading events. Reading one book is participation enough, and I think especially for me, like when I decide too much ahead of time, I get some kind of resistance in my mind and I don't want to do it. And I don't want to like create these massive TBRs for an event and then not end up reading any of them. Like that's just silly. And like making a themed recommendations video for an event, like that's one thing, but I don't want to feel like I'm creating a list of books that I am supposed to be reading and then feel like I'm failing if I don't. I want to participate, but like let's chill a little bit. And yeah, there are some other ones, but mostly the same thing as for my reading. No stress, enjoy, and have fun. That's the main reason why I am doing this at all. It's supposed to be fun for me, and it is a lot of fun for me. And so whenever I sense some kind of stress or pressure coming my way, like creeping back in from the shadows, I need to just acknowledge that and send it on its way, because it's not welcome here. It's supposed to be fun and I can do whatever I want, and that's what I want to do. So that's how it should be in my mind. I hope to have a really good reading year, and I hope that you will have one too. And yeah, I think there's lots to look forward to in terms of new releases and new challenges, and I'm really excited about the Diversity Book Bingo and the Discord server and like people chatting away in there, and yeah, seeing what everybody picks for the different prompts. And yeah, I'm excited to participate in challenges myself as well. Let me know if you have set any goals for yourself for next year, reading or booktube or otherwise. Do you set goals or intentions, or do you have like a word for the year that you would like to share? I would love to hear about that. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're having a fantastic day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. Mood read? Yeah. No. Yeah. So, but yeah, that's yeah, that's all.